God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. He will be my guide, hold me closely to his side. With love and strength for each new day, he will make a way. He will make a way. Hello everybody, in this lesson we're going to learn to play God Will Make a Way using fingerstyle. So for this lesson, we're going to be in position 2, and so we're going to ignore that high E string, and we're just going to play PIMA pattern. So PIMA for all the chords, and so we don't really need that high E string. So let's learn the chords first. By the way, you could watch this lesson from my academy and have access to the tabs and the chord sheet, as well as other courses that are available for free. We start with a G chord, right? So again, we're not using that high E string here. So bass note is either on the G, on the low E string, or on the A string. And we're playing G this way. So it's really from this G chord shape, but I'm just playing this, right? And then we're gonna go to D with an F sharp on the bass. So here's your regular D with the F sharp, and I'm really just using this note, this note, this note, also the open D string. But I'm gonna finger it this way because it's a lot easier coming from that G chord to go here. And then we have a C over E, so my index finger is kind of hovering already to prepare for that chord change down there. And then my middle goes here, and then the other two is lifted up. So from D to that C over E. Now that looks like an A minor 7, but it's really a C chord with an E on the bass. And since I don't really need this, I don't need to put down my ring finger. So here's a C chord right there. You got your C note, your E note, and your G. That's a C chord with a low E on the bass, so C/E. And then we got G/D. And since I want to keep my right hand in the same position without having to worry about moving up and down, I'm not going to use the this kind of G, because I want the D for my bass note. Really what I'm trying to do here is go down in the scale, the G major scale, G, F sharp, E, the next bass note, right? So G, D over F sharp. I'm just walking down with that bass note. The next bass note would be D, and there it is. But since I am in position 2, I'm gonna have to play a G somewhere else. So here's the G chord, but I want the D as my bass note, so there's my G with the D on the bass. Okay, so from C/E, I just kind of slide that up, and then now I'm on G over D. Next chord is just a regular C, so I just slide these two fingers down and then move my middle finger. And then I go to G with a B on the bass. Okay. So again, it's from this G chord shape here, but the bass note is B. And then we go to A minor 7. So if, you know, just looking at the chords, that does look like it's the same chord as the C/E. And yeah, it looks the same, but the difference is the bass note. For the C/E, this is your bass note. For the A minor 7, that's your bass note. And then we have a D7. So you move this up 2 frets, and you put this ring finger here on the D and pinky here on the 5th fret G string. There you go. That's the flat 7th of the chord. So here's your D7 chord. So from A minor to D7. Again, just keep with the goal of being able to keep my right hand in the same position. You could play D here, D7 here, but you're gonna have to think about moving that right hand down. And also I like that from A minor 7 going to D7, I kind of just keep the same chord chord shape. All right, with the form of my fingers. All right, and then repeat it again. Then you go to G/D, and then C again, then G over B. And then here's the very last line, the only time that's different. You have an A minor 7, this time twice as long. Then you have C for half a bar, and then D, then back to G. Or I just play that bass note at the very end. So the count is this. If we're gonna use the Pima pattern, it's gonna be, so for one full bar, you play that Pima pattern twice. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're doing this basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Alright, I hope you found this short lesson helpful, and if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, and if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below.